Once again, welcome back to Social Science class, Political Science Chapter 2, Indian Foreign Policy. My dear students, in the previous class, we had discussed up to important factors are influenced, factors decide on our foreign policy. Now, come back to which are the important basic aspects of India's foreign policy. Basic or even fundamental aspects of Indian foreign policy are: one is Panchashila principles, non-alignment, anti-imperialism, anti-apartheid policy, disarmament. These are the important basic aspects of Indian foreign policy. Suppose asking question to you, which are the important basic aspects or fundamental aspects of Indian foreign policy? So answer is very simple. Panchashila principles, non-alignment movement, anti-imperialism, anti-apartheid policy, disarmament. Now, first we have to discuss Panchashila principles. Panchashila nothing but 5 principles. So these principles complete decide and also even organized by India and China. The former Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, and even Premier of China, former Premier of China called Zhou Enlai, signed Panchashila 1954. So India, see in these pictures given, so before we discuss Panchashila principles, so some pictures also given, see here, even there is communist government is there, that side democracy is there. In democracy always people are independent, people are more active and also participate in various aspects and also decide representatives and every aspect. But in communist, every aspect decided by government or only few government, few people only decide. Lot of differences between communist government and democracy government. In democracy government, okay, so nearly 130 or more than 130, 150 countries today in this world, democratic system of governments are there. The only few countries have, okay, even communist countries are there. Few countries have dictatorship governments are there. Some countries have, okay, even other aspects of governments are there. Now, so India always try to maximum, okay, even different policies are designed with the different countries. So our most of our own social, economic, political, and cultural systems, these factors are even strive to foster healthy and also even relationship with other nations. Now, first is Panchashila principles. Already I said, the former Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, and Premier of China, Zhou Enlai, concluded these principles, that is called Panchashila or 5 principles in 1954. In these Panchashila principles means there are 5 principles. One is respecting each other's sovereignty and regional interest, means every nation first respect sovereignty of that respective of countries and also regional interest also. Then non-invasion means non-attacking, non-invasion, non-attacking, okay, no country attack each other. Non-interference in each other's internal issues means not participate, not interest to take their respective of that country's internal what is going on issues or whatever the problems of that internal. So it is not important to nations. Okay, this is also important. Next, mutual cooperation and respect. So both countries, according to Panchashila, both countries means mutual cooperation means work mutually cooperation and respect and peaceful and coexistence. So both countries expect. So in this Panchashila, expect peace and finally coexistence. Next, non-alignment policy. What non-alignment policy? After the Second World War, this world divided two power blocks, two groups, USA one block, USSR block. Now present Russia, USSR, okay, two power blocks emerged in this world. The democratic countries were under the hegemony of USA. Hegemony means leadership of USA, At same time, the communist countries were led by USSR, now present Russia. So that is called a non-alignment policy, means so not join any power blocks. Non-alignment policy. In this policy, in those days, India followed the policy of being non-aligned to either of these blocks. Means, so India followed neutral policy. So non-aligned, nothing but is a state of neutral, not join any power block. It was successful in commanding the faith from both the blocs. It secured financial assistance from USA. At same time, India got military help or aid from USSR during Cold War time. Next, it also dealt every international event independently and welcomed or criticized any issue independently. Means India followed non-alignment, means neutral. Neutral means supposed to USA even did mistake in that time. India even directly criticized the America this policy. At same time, suppose what mistakes done by Russia or USSR, so directly criticized our country India. The credit of the creating an independent policy of being non-aligned and making it part of the foreign policy goes to India. Next, after Nehru, the prime ministers in India, this non-alignment policy followed by Indira Gandhi, Lal Bahadur Shastri, and also even Atal Bihari Vajpayee also. The wars held in 1965 and 1971 with Pakistan and guided by this policy also. In 1971 India and Pakistan war, Bangladesh was liberated from Pakistan. India supported to Bangladesh against present West Pakistan. So formerly Bangladesh was called East Pakistan. Next, the Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee tried to reform our foreign policy and tried to have better relationship with Pakistan. Anti-imperialism. What is anti-imperialism? The foreign policy of India opposes imperialism. Means imperialism is an attempt by a sovereign country to take over another sovereign country with the interest of ruling its for personal gains or personal benefits, profits. So India always opposed this imperialism. It is a bad situation. So a strong sovereign country take over another weak sovereign country. This is ashamed to world. That's why this is. So India always opposed this. It was natural for India, which gained as its independence from an imperial country, to oppose such moves of other countries. No corner of world shall have imperialism. This is declared by India. Even the in what conference of Asia held non-alignment conference held in Asia continent, like even 1949 Delhi, in 1955 Bandung. In these conferences, India opposed these anti-imperialism policies. Apartheid is an next come to now anti-apartheid policy. Apartheid nothing but racial discrimination. Racial discrimination practiced in some countries of this world, especially apartheid policy followed in South Africa. South Africa, black people and white people. This is racial discrimination. So especially Nelson Mandela and black people suffered heavily due to even ill treatment. It is inhuman practice what apartheid or racial discrimination. So the basic rights or even independence not given to the black people, even tortured them heavily. That's why India opposed this. India not supported to even South Africa until end of apartheid. So India completely stopped our negotiations with Africa. Anti-apartheid policy. This policy already I explained. No country of the world this shall practice this. This is inhuman act, inhuman practice. So India always opposed this policy. Next, see, till recently the minority white people were ruling the majority black people in South Africa. India had declared its support to Nelson Mandela. He was the leader of black people, the party of African National Congress, who were opposing apartheid in their country. Next is disarmament. What is disarmament? So today, world is faced serious, severe problems. The process of elimination of specific arms step by step is called disarmament, or elimination of all types of deadly weapons or banned weapons. That is step by step is also called disarmament. So this world witnessed so far two world wars. In the First World War, 1914 to 1918, 1939 to 1945, Second World War, so many catastrophes occurred in this world. Even during the Second World War, Nagasaki, Hiroshima even suffered. Many countries, most of all nations suffered heavily. So today, most of the nations, so today very severe conditions in this world, because most of all nations have even deadly weapons, storing deadly weapons along with nuclear weapons. Today most dangerous weapon is that is virus, biological weapon, nothing but virus, productions of virus, and also used virus biological weapon against even enemy countries or even other developing countries. This is a very bad situation. For example, now recently even China used the biological weapon coronavirus, and also it is a complete world today collapsed. Entire world economy, political situation, even people health collapsed due to even China's bad production of biological weapon, that is COVID-19, or this is the coronavirus. There is an increased competition for the production, sale, and other collection of arms in the world. This is very common between the nations. Many of the countries are worried that this massive scale of arms could lead to Third World War. So even countries with the massive arms or may attack another country intentionally or by mistake or by accident triggering massive. So this is led to the Third World War future. That's why, my dear students, this is very bad situation. First, disarmament implementation very important among the all nations, and first control the which countries are first, which countries are even started to produce biological weapon or whatever the nuclear weapons. It is very dangerous situation. That's why most of all countries try to control this, even productions of biological weapons, biological weapon or virus weapons, and also nuclear weapons. First, all nations, developed countries, powerful countries unite. They must unite and also even take control of this. For example, now recently China, even and Pakistan also now plan to even producing new biological weapons or even new viruses and using its enemy countries. This is collapse the other nations. There is an increased competition for the production, sale, collection arms in the world. Many of the countries are worried that the massive scales of arms would Third World War. Countries with massive arms may attack another country intentionally or by mistake, by or accident. That says disarm. So that's why. So today, even India, being peace-loving country, advocates for the reduction of harms qualitatively as well as quantitatively. Since the time of Nehru, India has supported disarmament process. So even Article 51, it is India's foreign policy. It decide the international peace and coexistence with other nations. Okay, my dear students. So far we discussed foreign policy important aspects. So in this, what in this video we may learn very easily, and also even you can even notes also make very easy. Thank you.